Alright, I tried to do the thing. Ooh, I got an idea. Oh, here. Ooh. Alright, we about to react to something. Here in a bit. Sorry about that. Alrighty. We about to react to something like this video, so I'll tell you what.
Nux Taku in his week-long feud with me while defending his bro tips past.
Oh, wait a minute, what?
I never brought up his bro tips past because I felt like it was so long ago it's not worth it. But he's bringing up.
Let's go way back. I don't think y'all seen this yet.
Hey Meta, when does the storm hit?
Expect rain in an hour.
Okay, some stupid ads.
Welcome, I'm Nicandros. This
Nicandro.
is a guy who used to follow 900 hentai accounts on Twitter. When likes were still public, people found out that Kacamn had liked an animation depicting a Genshin Impact character called Venti getting their back door blown wide open.
God dang. Wonder why I didn't make it, didn't make it made for kids. Am I right, man?
So Kacamn is a history of to gay pop involving 15-year-old.
At least it's censored.
It's more speculative, but photographic evidence suggests that Kacamn lives by the slogan, "He who beats it, eats it."
What the fuck?
Now you might be disgusted by this, but given Kacam's physiology, that's actually
Okay.
a feat.
Me when I show her my penis, I'm 6'8". I don't know why I would lie about that. My penis isn't that strong, right?
Oh, thank God I made this not for
I'm
kids.
6'8". Yeah, I'm 6'8". You 6'8". I'm 6'8". 6'7". I'm 6'6". I'm 6'7". I'm 6'7". 6'6" man, Vietnam.
Now, for reference, I'm 6'7". I've sometimes claimed to be 200 and sometimes 201 centimeters, but I've never claimed to be 2 whole inches taller. You might say that lying about 2 inches is not a big deal, but to some people, that's all they've got.
Thankfully, I have a very small cock.
Okay, this was just memes at this point. For this one.
Kacamn was recently served a 10-year protective order.
Yes, a protective order. That doesn't mean he was guilty of it yet.
For sexually assaulting and stalking her. He's also been forced to give up all of his guns. Before this all came out, he also had some really deep thoughts.
The more you are aware of what's going on in the world, the more that you are aware of these people that are lying, the more that these people will try to discredit the people telling the truth. I mean, I want you to look at Nux Taku for an example.
Now, I found out about Nux Taku around the time of his Shadman controversy, and because of some drama between Mutaha and someone called Shadlogic. It's a complicated story.
Nux Taku got his entire career temporarily destroyed, which he bounced back from because he's one of the GOATs. God bless you, Nux.
Yes, the post-Nux Clarity incident.
So this video that was uploaded with, again, Nux Taku as Jeffrey Epstein and me as, I assume, Ghislaine Maxwell over here.
Since then, Nux Taku has re-established himself as one of many populistic right-wing commentators, such as Kacamn himself, who tried to orbit Asmongold.
It's really like, I mean, this part right here, right? And then there's this, and then there's a little bit of that too.
I was apparently recently hired as Asmongold's thumbnail editor.
Why wasn't Asmongold nominated at the Streamer Awards? And it's me holding up a fucking thing of I'm white, you're black, and I'm pointing a gun at somebody? Damn, bro, like, that's what it was. This is a top tier thumbnail? I think it is. Honestly, like, we should have just used this one. Oh my god. Hire this guy? Yeah. Yeah, this is great. thumbnail editor. This is great. Yeah, why not?
My response was not the most charismatic one. He never actually intended to hire me. That was merely a stunt he did for his livestream. Given his recent defending of Tectone, it was probably for the best. As a Forbes magazine featured commentator, I can't be associated
look,
with people like
all
this.
that.
However,
Hold
this
on.
video isn't about.
All that don't have it. What I heard, it says a protection order, but we can't just exactly jump the gun and say he's guilty of all these said charges. So, let's continue.
Asmongold or Tectone. It's about the rumors circulating Nux Taku.
The amount of misinformation put out on this guy is insane. I mean, dude, I get told that Nux is a pedophile daily. And I'm like...
Okay, we can't exactly prove he's a pedophile. Maybe a pedo defender? But I'm just speculating on the pedo defender part. But I know 100% when I looked at all this, I don't think he's a pedophile 100%. Maybe there's some such stuff about him, sure, but okay, let's continue.
Brother, what the fuck are you talking about? Nux has always been good to me, and I'm a guy who's always going to have the back of my friends. However, I will also be the first guy to hold my friends accountable.
We'll see about that. But why would anyone say that Nux Taku is after children? I have my own criticisms of the guy, but he's a very religious man.
We gotta stand up and fight for God. We were living in a world of like unbelievable hedonism that just kept ramping up higher and higher and higher, you know? Higher and higher, more and more hedonism and secularism, and it just completely took over. And this is an unbelievable conversation that's being had right now.
He speaks out against hedonism. And
What is hedonism?
The people that are based purely on hedonism, that they think you're gonna fuck everything that moves.
Wait, whoa. That's what that means? Fuck, hump everything? Jeez, brother. Jeez, my brother.
Be publicized and talk to little babies and children, teaching them to change their...
Oh, hey, Mitch Rich,
young children and little babies. He hasn't always been open about
hey, Miss Rich, Girl Swag, how's it going?
Available to minors.
Twitch can't decide whether they want to be a 13 plus gaming
Yeah.
or an 18.
Yeah, I was checking out a video of some YouTuber with a bear for his profile, exposing Nux Taku's EPI Empire. He said this is a part 1. Okay, he probably needs a part 2 where it's going. If he has enough evidence to say Nux Taku is allowing children, so far he has some form of evidence of this so far, but we go into that in a bit. Only reason why I'm talking about this because yeah, there are a couple of people that's just sweeping this under the bus without looking at the contents of it. Leaflet, I'm probably looking at you. I understand you don't want to be involved in something like this, but you can't just, if you're friends with this person, you can't just sweep down the bus like it's nothing. Hey, I would ask if my friend was involved with this and that. Period. So, all right, let's continue.
Twitch wants to rake in all that advertiser bucks for being a 13 plus gaming website. They want to be on every single freaking smart television in America because that's where they get so many of their little dumb impressions of viewers. They are trying to be a 13 plus gaming website as well as a porn site at the same exact fucking time. Just recently, you had the implied nudity meta on Twitch, where they allowed artistic nudity, which is, again, still mind-blowing to me that they even thought this was a good idea.
Yeah, again, I had to make this not for kids, way things are. But I'm glad it's all censored.
Jedi ain't for kids under 18, let alone under 13.
Some insist that it is solely the parents' responsibility to stop their children from seeing that stuff.
True,
I
true.
think that's a very dumb perspective.
Well, not exactly dumb, more like...
Parents do have the primary responsibility to protect their children.
Yes,
But
primary.
responsibility isn't on them alone. If you're publishing content on a 13-plus website, the creators, the parents, and the platform have a shared responsibility to protect the children using that site from being exposed to harmful.
Exactly. Oh, welcome back. Exactly. We as creators, content creators, and people who made the platform for us content creators and the parents all share the flipping responsibility to protect the goddamn children. Yes. Now I will include Nux in this case scenario, but we haven't gotten on that yet. I had to go through all this. I can't just skip everything. Is everything that probably, you know, I had to look into shit like this too, you know? Alright, let's continue.
In the case of Twitch, the creators are knowingly streaming inappropriate content, and Twitch isn't cracking down on it. As
Exactly.
Understands it is supposed to be a 13-plus.
Exactly. Tabby Hash, another VTuber. I actually watched Tabby Hash. Just found out she watches, slowly starting to watch, Asmongold. I don't know, he's a right winger though. I think he's neutral. More neutral right wing? I'm not sure. But I could agree to or disagree with him. Asmongold though. Rev, he never does his research, and I don't wish bad ill to Rev, just to let you know. I think if y'all want me to cover the event, GG just race. I know I'm late to the party on that one, but yeah. I think there should be some accountability for any content creator doing any bad behavior. And yes, I made mistakes too. I have admit myself. And plus, I seen some, you know what this is talking about, so.
Platform. If you're allowing or uploading adult content onto that platform, you're clearly doing something wrong and should be held responsible if kids come across that content.
Exactly.
Some blog actual adult websites, and some even teach you how to do it. But when adult content is hidden on a 13-plus website, the parents might not even suspect it to be there. Take, for example, Mutaha's Alt.
Here's the fucking wildest thing about her, okay? So she has every fucking parental filter. If you walk into her house, it's like fucking North Korea. However, she hasn't done anything for YouTube. She hasn't looked at parental controls. So in her mind, she's like, I'm a good parent. I'm making sure they don't watch porn. And then their kids are watching like Andrew Tate and shit. So she's blocked this one possibly dangerous avenue of like, you know, psych infiltrating shit. But she hasn't locked the other one out.
Instead of telling his own to set up parental controls on YouTube, Mutaha decided to shit-talk at parenting on his massive podcast. Very normal behavior. So when adult content is on an adult website, it's easily blocked. When it's on Twitch or YouTube, it can go unnoticed and in the worst cases, subvert those parental controls. That's why it's important for creators on these platforms to keep in mind that their content is going to be available to and be seen by children.
Yeah, you should thank this guy.
Have a hentai reviewer on your
Hold on.
podcast, and the
Sorry, I'm pausing it. You should thank you should thank this you should thank this Nika guy. Nika. Yeah, see, I can't pronounce his name correct. I'm gonna call him Nika. You should thank Nika for doing this, making this video.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm just reacting to it.
Our friend Heartlagging, friend of the show, absolutely amazing creator. If you're into hentai,
Oh,
and you
here we go with hentai,
for
folks.
your web browser, this is a channel for you because
Oh, no.
it's not blocked by parental filters. So wink wink on that one.
Before you run off calling Mutaha some early porn introduction mogul, this is just a single, irresponsible one-off comment from years ago. It was a dumb thing to say, but there is no broad pattern of Mutaha engaging in this behavior. To return
Okay.
to Nux's critique of Twitch,
Okay, at least he did homework on that one.
being on a 13+ website is its potential to funnel children to adult websites and services.
Every single freaking ASMR streamer on Twitch is linking their OnlyFans because ultimately Twitch is a massive funnel to that stuff, and Twitch knows that. Most of Twitch these days is a literal funnel to OnlyFans. Remember, this is a 13+ gaming website where 90% of just chatting streams are boobs, funneling people to the OnlyFans of the streamers, because it's not like there's any discoverability on OnlyFans. And the recommended page and every thumbnail on the just chatting category would be banned on YouTube. Bro, do you see what's going on your website, bro? This shit would be banned on YouTube immediately.
I'm not too sure about that last bit, but if a creator's content is directed
Yeah.
to adult websites, making it more available and accessible to them,
Yeah.
they are more likely to not only
You
see
think,
bad
folks?
content, but also far more extreme content than they otherwise would have. Nux Taku, on the other hand, has been criticizing Twitch for allowing this content since the creation of the hot tubs category.
The new Twitch meta, ladies and gentlemen, she doesn't need to see it for her browser history. If you look up PONR, her stream is PONR. Bruh,
It's just so noisy.
bruh, it's unbelievable that this content is allowed.
In February 2020,
Oh yeah, I saw something like this on Twitch. I go, what the fuck?
Music video parody of Billie Eilish's Bad Guy. When the Twitch hot tub meta was going on, all the top streamers were female streamers in hot tubs wearing nothing. And I made a music video parody. Twitch is hentai. Twitch is hentai. Twitch thoughts giving teens bloody nosy.
Damn, a great message and a banger too. There is just one
Yup. I need to hear that banger tune, actually.
most dangerous element of this kind of content. Any child can see bikini ladies on the beach or at the pool, but they're not going to see bikini ladies doing erotic dances while surrounded by adult strangers who are touching themselves while chatting with them. They are also not going to receive private messages or invitations to join a private group chat where a much older person showers them with attention and makes them feel special. Creators don't just put out content, they have a community, whether it's in their comments or on other platforms. If the creator's content is explicit in nature, then so will their community. If children are allowed into these spaces, the creator is facilitating a space where adults and minors are talking about explicit matters with each other. Even if there are no predators in those spaces, if minors are allowed access, they are still being normalized to the idea that it's okay for them to be talking about these things with random adults, making them much more vulnerable. Nux Taku
Jeez.
made videos in the past catfishing predators on Discord, but his activism doesn't end there. In 2021, he tried to trick Kacamn, the infamous lolicon artist, into a confrontation to grill them for drawing Lolly Beast the comics. Want a collab? Lamau, no, but your heart's in the right place. Wait, why would Kacamn say that? Anyway, these statements and instances where Nux Taku actually mocked messages he received from Kacamn have been misconstrued by bad faith actors to claim that Nux Taku had some connection with Kacamn or a desire to work with him. I mean, look at the timeline. We're supposed to believe that 3 days after catfishing predators, Nux Taku was trying to get on Kacam's good side. It is such easily debunkable nonsense. This whole controversy...
Yeah, it sounds debunkable too.
When Ava Chris Tyson's fandom of Kacamn was exposed. Nux Taku was among the people calling her out on it, but also for running a Discord server.
Oh yeah, Iris Chris. Oh,
Despite his
I remember that controversy back then with Mr. Beast. That's why I quit watching.
criticism of multiple creators who have blurred the line between adults and children, Nux Taku continues to be smeared as some kind of pedophile because of his old videos.
My videos were showing people weird shit that came out of Japan to get funny reactions. And I, to this day, do not think that they were harmful videos. I don't.
At IHG Hotels.
Oh boy, sorry about that.
A guest. Explore the neighborhood. Or
These darn ads.
hotel indigo.
Sorry I had to see ads.
Or plunge into a long weekend at a Holiday Inn. Take Mexico, Miami, Mexico City, Minneapolis, or any Holiday Inn Express destination. Choose from 20 IHG hotel brands. Earn points for free nights with IHG One Rewards.
Telescopic mascara.
Oh boy. I'm so sorry about these ads.
Imagine if every corner of your kitchen was as iconic as that corner, where fresh pizza mode can take you back to that unforgettable slice, and your personal touch makes the space yours, because there are kitchens, and then there's KitchenAid.
I'm RJ Decker, Florida's most lovable PI.
It really isn't necessary, but let's
Okay.
look at one of those examples. If we go to May of 2021, a couple months after releasing the song about Twitch, and a few months before the Shadband collab request, he released this video. It's about Nux Taku reviewing the old comics made by the author of the Nagatoro manga. It's a romantic comedy about the titular Nagatoro, a high school junior. I know a little trick for looking up the old thumbnails of videos on the Internet Archive, and the thumbnail of this video used to look like this. Nagatoro taking off her panties.
Oh.
The second version. This is the third version. Here is the second version. Nagatoro completely naked. And there's some kind of a chimpanzee behind
Oh boy, that's some disgusting shit. Thank God.
Monkey comes out and starts.
That's a lot of monkey hands. Jesus Christ.
Goddamn. And then they proceed to. Okay, anyway. She ends up having an epiphany that, in order to survive, she must drink fluids. So she proceeds
Okay.
to
Yeah. I know.
Oh, yeah, no. That's why she's like, you can go as much as you want because
You can dish out there. Okay.
Yeah, she needs to drink it to survive. This is survival.
Oh boy, this is some fucked up shit, Nux. Some fucked up shit, bro.
Crowd of people. No, an audience? Is this a zoo? They saw all of it? The mating act. This is the worst image in the history of
why would the monkey bring it up? That's so weird.
So she puts the shock collar that she happens to be wearing.
Oh, they put her on a shot? What the fuck?
To force her to do the friendship show.
So she's a slave.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up. Then she has to dance like monkey.
Nux Taku is displaying a comic to his audience about a little girl being raped by a pack of monkeys in a zoo exhibit before a
Oh shit.
censorship is at times very lacking. There's lots of
Man, my brain cells is awesome. Lost some brain cells on that shit. Yes, it's 7. Oh shit.
Websites and shows the names of all the
Oh
comics,
shit.
making it easy for the audience members to look them up for themselves.
Oh, it hurts. It hurts so.
Oh.
What? It's got 69.
There's 69,000 lollipop monkeys.
69,000.
Dude,
It's
dang.
far worse than anything I've seen on Twitch. How is this sponsored by Raycon? Wasn't Nux Taku supposed to confront Shadman for this stuff? I thought he was against hedonism and degeneracy. The video was also not age restricted, meaning that he made it visible to his own crowd of children. And the comment section had many children on it. Some of them were asking for Nux Taku to reduce the censorship, and others were asking for the source of these adult comics. When I say children, I'm not just making a blind guess. Many of these children had videos of themselves on their channel. So while Nux Taku was railing against Twitch for letting children see bikini ladies, he was uploading content like this with
Maybe they're.
to a
Jeez.
13+ website.
Which is, again, still mind-blowing to me that they even thought this was a good idea on a 13-plus gaming website, by the way.
And nowadays he presents himself as this fighter for God and this opponent of degeneracy and hedonism. This video isn't publicly available anymore because I tweeted a link to it around the time of the post-Nux Clarity incident. It used to embed on the tweet, but now it no longer does. Because within 30 minutes of me tweeting it, the video was set to private. There was no apology or explanation, only an attempt to hide evidence of one's past, which in itself became evidence of a guilty mind. I have never seen anyone post the kind of content Nux Taku did on a regular basis and not get banned. Not only hasn't he been banned, until recently, he was hanging out with massive, well-respected creators. He might be one of the most underlooked and worst cases of such a high-profile creator, profiting from exposing children to adult content, directing them to adult websites, and running their communities with a total disregard for child safety. Nowadays, he pretends that none of this ever happened. He downplays it, lies about it, and deletes evidence of it. Let's start from the beginning.
Or probably sets it to
Nux
private.
Taku started
Well, I'm
as a
just heard.
YouTuber in 2015. He grew slowly and steadily, but in late 2019, everything changed. Jeffrey Epstein died in prison. Excuse me, 2 weeks after that.
I also made a video on YouTube that has since been removed. The biggest flexes in hentai. And the degeneracy began from there.
In the video, Nux Taku reviews and recommends 10 hentai animations, 7 of which were categorized as lolly, meaning they contained underage characters.
This bad boy, very not chill stepfather, has a very not chill relationship with stepdaughter.
Oh, hell
I
no.
think this is weird, but hentai clearly knows better.
He was already showing adult content to a 13-plus audience, and giving them advice on how to find adult content online.
The reason why I bring it up here is because without putting text on the screen is nearly impossible to remember. Therefore, since the plot, and it's a goddamn plot, deep thematic and philosophical undertones here, I believe anyone who wants to search this bad boy up without said title, because I was a douche for not putting it on screen, would just simply look up time, stop, hentai. Far easier than very understandable. A lot of y'all sent me screenshots on Twitter, linked to my Twitter in the description, of the top recommended searches on the hub of prawn. And lo and behold, much to my surprise, WTF fanbase, one of the top hits is Time Stop Hentai. And it stayed like that for 3 goddamn days immediately after me uploading my biggest flexes in hentai video. Now that is the biggest flex in hentai.
At the time, these videos earned him a massive amount of attention. The first video got 500,000 views, and its many sequels were even more successful, with the whole series garnering a total of 5 million views. One of them was even sponsored by an adult game platform. Because these videos were far more TOS risky than his usual content, Nux Taku would soon delete them after uploading to avoid moderation consequences.
The greatest plots in hentai too! Yes, this video will be deleted soon after uploading for the sake of my channel's survival. But a promise is a promise, so yippee, here we go! 50,000 likes and the greatest plots in hentai 3 will be out eventually.
In reality, he didn't actually delete them. He set them to private, and at a later date, he set them to unlisted, meaning that anyone with a link could see them. I actually managed to find these videos quite some time ago. I archived them, and Nux Taku can tell you the rest. Only one of them remains unlisted. Go check it out. If it has gone private, it confirms that Nux Taku knows about this video. After the success of this hentai video series, it soon became the core focus of Nux's content for years to come. By December 2019, he
Golly, my guy.
In 2020, he was collaborating.
This is why we can't just read this under the rug or nothing like this, man.
Animations or comics, often involving characters
Look,
of questionable age.
Rick, you do your research.
Asshole door. So it's a woman with their ass out, and this one's like an anal key. And Ash Ketchum is approaching, well, at least a young Ash Ketchum seems to be approaching it.
No.
And he uses what's called the fist dash, it seems, to gain entry.
Oh, wow. Is this made for you?
Yeah, I think it's gone now. So now he's sprayed her with the spray of doom.
Oh no. She's quivering.
Oh my god!
Oh! Whoa! Oh, what? What did I just hear? Read? What? Wow. This is just gross, boy. What the fuck? What the Taku, dude. Nux Taku, my guy. Ugh. Brother. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, I don't
Given
just.
his size as a creator, Moist Critical actually appeared in Nux Taku's videos surprisingly frequently. He used to be a part of something Nux Taku called the Hentai Gang, and they would react to various hentai clips together.
Oh god. This
Moist Critical's awesome, by the way, guys.
Snuff, Guro, torture, amputee. All the wholesome things.
Sounds good, let me see that shit.
Nux Taku also deployed a very aggressive clickbait strategy. Showing some bikini ladies wasn't enough. He needed cropped hentai, bestiality, and lolly. Despite having displayed this content in his videos and thumbnails for years, Nux Taku has consistently denied being into it, but he also claims he doesn't believe enjoying it makes you a pedophile.
There are 3 levels here, okay? There's lollies, which I have absolutely nothing against. I don't think anyone has anything against lollies, okay? Like Chibidoki, or Megumin from Konosuba, or Gura. Nothing has anything against lollies. It's lolly that's the gray zone.
Nux Taku would begin to signal anti-lolicon sentiments in 2022, causing drama between him and Rev Says Desu.
They couldn't believe the guy who has used lolly-related content in his thumbnails, videos, and the same guy who's openly befriended lolicons, followed and praised lolicons on Twitter, could be making such a statement under glaring hypocrisy.
I don't like Rev, but they are making a sound point.
Have you seen your thumbnail? This
Me either.
Likers are people.
Me either, for on his takes, and sometimes he doesn't even research his shit.
Of your position based on the content of your tweet.
I did not say this. I didn't even say this a little. Not even a little. And this dude's like, oh, dude, we're gonna make this thumbnail. So, dude, when it comes to thumbnails, you can be quiet.
Instead of engaging, Nux Taku acts incredulous that how could someone possibly be saying this?
Then he goes on this whole rant. He's like, dude, you should have your legs broken then because you like lollies. See? You have Gura in the thumbnail. Like, dude, what is going on? What is going on? So, constantly taking me out of context, constantly making me look like a hypocrite for things that I've never been a hypocrite about.
Nux's response to Rev was set to private around the time of the post-Nux Clarity incident. Despite his history, in early 2024, Nux Taku had no problem calling Vosh a pedophile for flashing his lolly horse folder on stream for a couple seconds. Meanwhile, he had his own horse folder on his public YouTube channel. He also forgot to censor the contents of Vosh's folder in his coverage. Old habits die hard, I guess.
I am the one that gets canceled daily for being a gooner on Twitter, by the way. And I have never saved a porn image.
One of the more shocking images in Vosh's folder depicted a lolicon VTuber that Nux had reacted to.
16 is high school. No! Wait, high schoolers aren't lollies. I agree. Lollies are 1,000-year-old come vampires. I agree. Yeah, great intro. Everyone, hey everyone, meet Natsurito Matsuri, extremely wholesome VTuber. Also, she likes talking about lollies. Nothing weird here at all. Oh god, this rabbit hole goes deep.
She just said she's into 10 to 12-year-olds, and Nux does not push back in any serious manner. He then proceeds to react to her content for 20 more minutes.
That was a great video, damn!
Nux clearly had no problem with lolly content, and he was happy to pander to lolicons for years. To return to Nux Taku's thumbnails, I've seen comments under some videos mention him changing them, but that early version has not been captured on the Wayback Machine. In the case of this thumbnail, there are low-resolution captures of the early versions, which depict a woman indulging in self-exploration, censored only by this incrementally growing emoji. Whenever these old thumbnails arouse controversy, Nux Taku goes to quietly censor them. He was clearly maximizing the amount of adult content he could show without getting in trouble with YouTube, and he would use various tricks to dodge demonetizations and age restrictions.
The word Shota is blacklisted on YouTube.
So you just all he's doing is washing his hands, basically.
And it gets past the censors. I took out the U, instantly demonetized. Added in the U, turns green again. Dude, I'm telling you, YouTube is run by idiots. Evil idiots, but idiots nonetheless.
He would use special characters in titles and euphemistically refer to adult content as being cultured or wholesome.
Not really cultural or wholesome, but okay.
YouTubers in their child's browser history, it would hardly stand out as a hentai reaction video. Many of these videos originally had far more explicit titles, but Nux Taku has gone back to censor them later. There are also many videos that are no longer available. Nux Taku wasn't only exposing his audience to adult content, he was directing them to it. Leaving the titles of these adult animations visible on screen was not an oversight or an accident.
I love how people ask me for the sauce. I have the title in the screen, people. That's why I don't make them full screen, so you can always find the sauce.
The source, or the source, being the origin of the adult content. Whenever he showed porn in his videos or thumbnails, the comments were full of requests for the source. Some would name the artist, or name the individual work. Others would even post direct links, most of which have been automatically deleted. Some of them still remain, linking to an image tagged with lolly and imminent rape, because Nux Taku used it in his thumbnail. Nux Taku would sometimes pin these source posts, encouraging these ecosystems of porn sharing in his comments. He's actually acknowledged this phenomenon in his videos.
Half my comment section in the previous episode of the Hentai Game was all about, where can I find this door one?
Alright, so...
It really isn't hard to find.
Okay, Charlie.
Yeah, it's super easy to find. You just type in, like...
Very cool, Charlie.
Comes up almost immediately, because I didn't remember the name during the episode. That's all I typed in and found it in almost instantly.
Thanks for the instructions on how to find that hentai comic online. As you can see, talking about, exhibiting, and directing people to adult media was a core part of Nux's content, and the community around it. Now, YouTube is again a 13+ website, just like Twitch. So, Nux Taku was making this content available to minors. But did it appeal to them? You've seen enough of his presentation to know that his audience was hardly above the age of 18. If you're putting on this kind of PewDiePie voice, you're not looking for an adult audience. Given his previous focus on anime, Nux Taku's audience would already trend towards being pretty young, but it wasn't young enough. He would imitate the thumbnail style of channels like Game Theory, which is very popular with children, and make lots of other content trying to attract MatPat's attention. He eventually succeeded and collaborated with not just MatPat, but also PewDiePie and Markiplier. Except he didn't. These are just misleading clickbait thumbnails. However, if you were a fan of one of these massive channels with very young audiences, and you were tricked into clicking on one of these videos, your recommendations would fill up with stuff like this. This combo of factors that would drive this content to a young audience would not be complete without Nux Taku's favorite rule.
Elevate your pizza grace with Mama Cosie's Pizza.
You introduce your buddy to DTFC, though, isn't he? He goes out and winds up dead.
And yeah, if y'all hearing crunching, I'm eating a Pop-Tart.
In the nation's split liver transplant to save patients with advanced colorectal cancer. It happens here at Northwestern Medicine in Chicago. Our team is top 10 in the nation for transplant volume. Making medicine better happens here. Northwestern Medicine.
I wasn't always here, but thanks to Purdue Global, I got my literal dream job.
That being Rule 34.
And if you're not familiar with the
Oh, I heard of Rule 34. Holy crud.
Talking about how if anything exists, there is porn of it.
Nux Taku being obsessed with it is a meme by itself. He was making videos about Pokemon, anime, and other children's IPs while using Rule 34 of them as clickbait, or as the subject of the entire video. The most popular video on his second channel was a reaction to a viral Animal Crossing adult animation with very minimal censorship. There are small blurs around the genital areas, but you could still make out what's going on. What implication? And what's funny about it? When this animation came out, it became a viral meme, and a bunch of kids on TikTok were, as Nux Taku says, doing the things or doing the dance. In other words, publishing media of themselves for anyone in the world to see, in which they are replicating moves from an adult animation they have been exposed to. Very understandably, some people consider this to be a risk to those children's safety.
This is currently the most concerning trend on TikTok.
Is it really the most concerning trend on TikTok? There's literally a trend right now called devious licks, where people break into schools or are in schools and steal stuff, like hand sanitizer, and fire alarms, and toilet seats. They just rip them off the toilets. That is a trend on TikTok right now. No, this is the most disturbing trend on TikTok. Alright, dude.
What's worse? Children being at risk of being exploited, or children stealing toilet seats?
More and more TikTokers have started to recreate that dance, and it's got people concerned. Basically, a lot of people are afraid that the dance is going to get really popular, and kids are going to start coming on the app and doing it and get targeted by predators.
No one's afraid of that. Alright, maybe I'm not around TikTok enough, and I don't understand the ecosystem, but I don't think that people are afraid of kids being targeted by predators because they're doing a dance. Okay? Kids are targeted by predators. Breathing crooked. I don't think this dance is going to push anyone over the edge. That's just me.
A child publicly self-reporting as having been exposed to adult content is absolutely more likely to be targeted. It means that their internet access is unrestricted and likely unsupervised. They're an easy target.
So if you happen to see any kids on your For You page doing this dance, please nicely encourage them to stop.
Nicely encourage them to stop is just sending hate mobs. Nicer words.
This guy could be a total grifter in his own right, but nothing about what he's saying here should be controversial. It's basic, common sense, internet child safety.
Exactly.
Some existential threat, which makes sense when you think about what he's doing for 2 seconds. He's regularly uploading content sexualizing children's cartoon characters to the 13+ platform. Characters designed to appeal to children, and more likely to be recommended to children. If you look at this video's comments, you see dozens of children explicitly reporting their ages, many of them being under 13. These are not adults pretending to be children as a joke. I've seen what's on their channels. They are uploading videos of themselves onto their channels, and then leaving public comments under Nux Taku's videos for anyone in the world to see. There are thousands of comments like this scattered all over Nux Taku's backlog. Some new, some old, but many of them are from children who are still minors. Nux Taku obviously doesn't directly control who makes these videos, or what they upload onto their channels. But he was choosing to upload this content onto a 13+ platform, where it was available to children. If you make content about sex and pop available to children, you're going to receive comments about sex and pop from children. If you
God damn!
graph, you can see that barely anyone is watching this video for Nux Taku's commentary. All of the attention is hyper-focused on the segment where the adult animation is shown. Who do you think is watching it?
Hey!
Any adult would just
Yeah, huh, indeed.
elsewhere.
Like, what the fuck is Nux thinking?
This is the most easily available and the least censored version of the animation.
Hey man, Dr. Flores Carter?
Child saying that they can't access the uncensored
You don't understand what's going on, do ya?
This child's parents did not want them to be exposed to this kind of media, but Nux Taku's content enabled it to happen anyway. Nux Taku knows that YouTube doesn't want that content on its platform, and he was actively reverse engineering the site's moderation in order to continue uploading this content without getting age restricted. He was so successful at it that
Oh, YouTube's listening to
and
this.
the parental control filters, videos like this would still be visible on his channel. With the same video, where Nux Taku was shitting on this guy for caring too much about child safety, he was contributing to and profiting from all of the issues that the guy was raising awareness of.
Alright, Mr. Noah, I don't know you, and you seem like a decent man. John 3:16. A man. He's a man of the people. This dude, this absolute legend. I didn't even notice that before. Don't quote Bible verses in your bio, dude. What? John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his own forgotten son, that whoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.
And you make fun of. Oh boy. This is what pissed me off. Pretend, go around LARPing as one, or making fun of them, fun of Christianity. That's what pisses me off. Or attacking somebody's faith. That's another thing that pisses me off.
Based on the amount of entries they have on Rule 34, they are stronger choices.
Not only are these videos just flagrant celebrations of degeneracy and hedonism,
You know what makes me really uncomfortable about that? The fact that we know that Nux is making this video while having a massive erection.
Yes! I mean, no.
they are entirely based around the promotion of an explicit adult website full of adult content of children's characters. The website appreciated the attention and promoted Nux Taku's videos in exchange.
My last video that I used Rule 34, they actually posted my video on the homepage of the website, so in their honor, you know.
If you want to do these competitions with your adult friends, that's totally fine. What isn't fine is uploading these competitions onto a 13+ platform in which you're promoting an adult website full of thousands of images sexualizing children's cartoon characters. Because of its animated nature, hentai is already much less intimidating to children than photographic adult content. If you're also using characters that are designed to appeal to children, are already familiar to children, and are attached to brands that the algorithm will push to children, you are basically maximizing the potential of your content to introduce children to the media at younger ages. I have already
My head just hurts hearing this shit.
function of Nux's content, but I can't say that it was his intent. However,
Well,
I can
exactly.
absolutely undeniable.
Exactly. Hold on, let me pause this. Exactly. He said it was not. He can't say that was his intent to do so. Okay, we can establish that shit. But it happened anyways.
Children were watching his content. The descriptions of his videos used to explicitly label them as PG-13. This disclaimer can even be found on the Monkey Comic video. That is an explicit admission that Nux Taku was fine with 13-year-olds seeing this stuff, but we can do better. Months before the Monkey Comic video and the Animal Crossing video, Nux Taku saw one of his child fans with his own eyes. On October 31st of 2020, he requested his audience to email him the most cursed NSFW videos or memes for a chance to win $1,000. No limit on how horrible it is. Despite requesting NSFW content, the announcement does not list a minimum age, so Nux Taku was giving a financial incentive to minors to find the worst NSFW content they could. After a day, he'd already received thousands of submissions. He would review these submissions a month later in a video with Oompaville and Iron Mouse.
I've never even pondered the thought that we could...
Wait a minute, Iron Man saw this?
All in one thing. That's amazing.
Wait a minute, Iron Man saw this shit?
God.
Among those submissions was a video that one of Nux Taku's child fans had recorded of themselves.
Oh, what?
Bro.
I don't even know what the hell was.
That was some kid just sent you a video of him shitting and then shooting a dog with a Nerf gun.
It would be really funny not to provide the full context.
Bro.
What the Oh my... Oh... What the Kid, I don't know what this... Damn. I think I'm gonna have a mental breakdown where I just heard shit. Oh, fuck. I feel bad for that kid exposing himself like that. Oh, just for $1,000 fucking dollars. Oh, shit. Hell. Well, that's some fuckery there.
If you're scared of getting sued, this ain't the move.
Some kid just sent you a video of him shitting and then shooting a dog with a Nerf gun.
Wait, what the fuck?
But don't do so anyway. It's not CSAM. It's some little boy farting in their phone camera when they shoot at their dog with a Nerf gun. There's no nudity, and you can't even see their face. However, they are clearly a child, and based on the size of their hand, a very young one at that. There's also no sign of Nux Taku getting parental consent to publish this video. So he's published a video of someone's child without consent and mixed it in with a bunch of reactions to Lolly Bondage Guru comics.
Oh my god.
This competition was not a one-time thing. It was a whole series, and the total number of emails they received in the end was around 10,000. Whether he intends it or not, by showing this video, Nux Taku is signaling to the children in his audience that they are welcome to participate. In the rest of the series, Nux Taku shows their websites and links to them fully uncensored. Not only that, there are many instances in these videos where Nux Taku fails to hide the names of the people sending these emails. So he has solicited children to send him porn, and now he's doxing them to his audience. But that's besides the point here. Nux Taku absolutely knew that children were not only watching, but engaging with his content and his community. Did that cause him to
Fuck, that's
make
crazy.
decisions? No. A couple months later, he released a Twitch song, then the Monkey Comic video, and then the Animal Crossing video. Not only did he not change, he began criticizing Twitch for exposing minors to adult content, despite exposing minors to far worse things. So there's a rough outline of the mass child mind poisoning machine that Nux Taku operated and made a ton of money from. We have already seen some of the community interactions in the comments of his videos, but that's only scratching the surface. Let's go back to 2019.
So, the announcement portion of this video is as follows. My favorite of PewDiePie's videos are his Luai videos, where he gets to see how his community memes around his own content. I personally love that style video. How the community itself can come together, because it's not just the YouTuber or the YouTuber's content that's enjoyable, but it's the idea of this little community format. So, I am creating a Nux Taku subreddit, which will not be called Nux Taku because someone already made r/.
In another effort to imitate PewDiePie, in 2019, Nux Taku founded his own subreddit, r/Nux Taku submissions. Nowadays, it's a hentai dumping ground, but back then, it was full of memes about anime and children's cartoons.
Hey, stop touching weird places. Don't worry about it. It's flat anyway. Destruction 100. Ho ho ho. Huge roast there. That's like the ultimate hentai logic as well.
But this is Nux Taku we're talking about, so there were also posts about hentai. For several years, the Reddit had no moderation other than Nux Taku, and on one occasion in 2020, the Reddit was spammed full of hentai.
There were thousands, nay, tens of thousands of posts of Sakura hentai.
The Reddit was also not marked as 18+, and there was no minimum age listed in the rules.
Forgive me, Lord, but I did it. Please forgive me. Stop sending gentai. Why? I already lost. No, not November. Half of my class saw Aqua's butthole on my screen. To be fair, mad respect for sending Aqua's butthole. And your class should be thankful.
The OP of this post was 12 years old.
Jeez.
To be fair, mad respect for sending Aqua's butthole. And your class should be thankful.
They are literally talking about a class in that post. There is no reason not to assume they might be a minor. And had Nux Taku checked their profile when this screenshot was taken, he would have seen this comment. This child was not a one-time poster. Between October 2019 and August 2020, they made 160 posts to the Reddit. Many of them appear in Nux Taku's videos, sometimes back to back. So Nux Taku was profiting from their presence on the Reddit, and the attention he gave to their posts would encourage them to continue engaging with his community. Some of their posts on the Reddit mention depression, some include hentai, and sometimes they would be sharing and requesting the source. In one of their earliest posts, they mentioned having gotten into weird, kinky shit. In the comments of that post, they shared a story about having been molested. Quick reminder, Nux Taku made money from allowing this person to be present in his community. They had multiple very highly upvoted posts that made it into Nux's videos, and he would sometimes show multiple of them back to back in the same video. The only reason I'm comfortable drawing attention to this user is because the account has been abandoned for years. As far as I know, it was never banned. After going through all of their comments and posts, I was unable to find any connections to other social medias, so they should be anonymous. This was also not the only child present in the community. By doing a couple searches, you can find many others openly stating their age. Content creators exploiting the volunteer labor of their
Let me know I should skip some of this
but
shit.
those spaces have teams of moderators to keep the content age appropriate. When you have a community that includes minors,
Okay, let's go to this part.
Ribeye steaks, drumsticks, Atlantic salmon.
Cover your meat for less. It's an Aldi thing.
The difference just with one code. The results literally speak for themselves. I'm partnering with L'Oreal and using the extension as
You're gonna list the places you can't, like.
in a decommissioned Soviet space station.
The Mariana Trench.
I need to pee.
Or the path of a haboob.
But otherwise.
You can live in it. You're going to find it on apartments.com.
And homes.com. The place?
To find a place.
Take the next step in treating your moderate to severe ulcerative colitis with Entyvio, the only gut-focused.
The degeneracy would be too much, and the degeneracy is already too much. So join that Discord server. It's a public server. It's open.
an NSFW voice channel. To be honest, I was surprised that there were NSFW channels when the server rules said 16 and up. Because NSFW is supposed to be 18 and up. I mean, if you already watch Nux, fair. To be clear, those channels were supposed to be only for adults. But given the state of Discord's age verification, setting a channel into NSFW mode doesn't really do anything to stop minors from accessing it. All they have to do is lie about their age to Discord. The channels were fortunately removed 6 days after the server was open to the public. The announcement of their removal does mention issues like minors sneaking in by lying about their age. However, the main reason was that having NSFW channels disqualified the server from Discord partnership. Some users protested. Nux's content already involved a lot of NSFW media, so why not allow people to post it in his community? A staff member responded that the age group of the Billies, that being the name of Nux Taku's fandom, wasn't appropriate for it. So even Nux Taku's Discord staff members knew that a large chunk of his audience were minors. The decision to have NSFW channels on the server was already questionable in the first place, but it becomes even more questionable when you remember that Nux Taku made that predator catfishing video months earlier.
I wanted to make this sort of an educational topic and bring light to an issue that's really big. There's a lot of predators on Discord.
The Discord server, which will facilitate adult conversations between adults and minors. But hey, they deleted the NSFW channels quickly, so the problem is solved, right? Not necessarily. Nux Taku shouted out to Discord on December 28th on his Twitch, and December 30th on YouTube. His audience floods in, there's problems with minors showing up in the NSFW channels, and then they find out that having them at all would disqualify them from Discord partnership. Instead of wiping them out instantly, they announce they'll be deleted in 2 days. Why? So that people can pay their respects to a Discord goon channel? I saw a member of the council mention that the users on the NSFW channels set up their own
Golly,
which I have to guess the staff allowed them to promote on those channels. I can't confirm that since those channels are now gone, but I saw one user even in the general channel promoting their own NSFW server. So all of those minors who were lying about their age in the first place and accessing the NSFW channel on Nux's server would just get funneled to that fan server instead. Who was moderating it? Who knows? What age verification standards were they going to uphold? Assuming the admins are not minors themselves, or even worse, adult predators.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those on Discord apparently. I'd like to remind you at this point that Ava Chris Tyson's Discord server was private when the NSFW channels were open in 2018. It was
Yep.
when the server
That's when the starter downfall of Mr. Beast happened.
Tyson's case, the drama
You can thank this guy for it too.
Nathan, and apparently a handful of other minors being present on the server while it was private. The initial accusations made by Prison 42 also included claims of Tyson grooming Lava GS, but no evidence for that was ever found. The Discord just had NSFW content available to minors.
Oh, that too.
Standards, Nux Taku's Reddit was already way worse, and his Discord way worse 4 years after Tyson's Discord, when there was more of a general awareness of these issues. Tyson's server apparently still had sexual chats or juvenile banter after it went public, but looking at the kinds of terms that were frequently used on Nux's Discord, there was plenty of that to go around. If NSFW content was now banned from Nux Taku's Discord, how did they handle Nux Taku's NSFW content? If the thumbnails contained NSFW content, the staff members would remove their embeds. Darn Nux using blatantly NSFW thumbnails that stay in the Discord cache after he censors them. Some users would still post NSFW images from Nux's content or the content of his friends, and the staff, despite reacting to them, wouldn't delete them. God damn it, Nux. We're trying to keep the order. In a recent one, he used a thumbnail from an actual porn video. Ah, okay, so Nux again with the nip slip, I see. This is Pokemon branded Lolly Bestiality in January 2022. According to the Wayback Machine, this thumbnail was left like this for months. This is on par with his idea to make Twitch streamers say the N-word. We removed the embed. Nux is pushing the limits, Lamau. What is he pushing the limits of? The thumbnail of his latest video. Then why he do it non-censored then? That's the big question. Here's a bigger question. If the age group of Nux's audience is too young for his Discord community to have NSFW channels, but most of the people on this server came from Nux's channel, why is the content of that channel too NSFW for the demographic of the Discord? Isn't this massively self-incriminating? Despite having this long history of running for drawing Lolly Beast on September 30th of 2021. However, Nux Taku's numerous lies about his association with Shadow Man is something for a different video. There's also the V Shoujo drama to cover, which lots of people think he was in the right about. That is not the case at all, but again, different video. It's a real shame because what I'm going to reveal next is likely going to kill his career. Not to imply what I presented earlier isn't already bad enough, but this is just beyond forgiveness. You see, there is another Nux Taku Discord server, even older than his subreddit. I saw an ad for it, which made me very intrigued.
All patrons are invited to the Discord server where we hang out having a great time, and unlike Tumblr, we have an NSFW section.
Wait, what the fuck?
Welcome to the Nexus, Nux Taku's Patreon Discord, founded in April of 2018. In its current state, the server is almost totally inactive, but the NSFW channel is still here. Despite having an NSFW channel, the server's rules mention nothing about a minimum age, and there is nothing about it being 18 plus on the Patreon side either. What's special about this community is Nux's level of engagement. He wasn't talking to people on his Reddit, and he kept the interactions on the public Discord to a minimum. However, on the Patreon Discord, at least in 2018-2019, he would actually talk to people and even hang out in voice chats with them. Here we can actually see him talking with the 2019. If we scroll down a bit, we can see a screenshot showing Nux in the VC with red. The real Nux Taku here is the real Nux Taku. Here's another screenshot from the time. Same name, same avatar. The current music VC at the same time. Here, for example, Nux is posts a
What the heck?
Nux Taku shows a work in progress thumbnail. Nux Taku multiple times. I'm not sure about a couple times a week, but certainly.
Yeah, I will have to skip some of this, man.
Behaving in a pretty immature way, even the text messages. They would spam emojis and walls of text. To believe that Nux Taku didn't know Red's age, you'd have to believe he missed all of the instances when their age was meant. I know that Alan's avatar here looks an awful lot like Mr. Obvious from my engineer video, but they are not the same person. Alan was a small anime creator at the time and would promote his videos on Nux's Discord. The metadata of his channel reveals that he is from Romania, and he would often mention things about it on the server.
It's worth it to meet the guy. He's in a special kind of category, or everyone that relates to him in any way is a tsundere because we all constantly make fun of him. Make believe we hate him, but we all low-key like him. And also, thank you, Alan Weebus, for donating $10 on Patreon. So now I get to shout you out in all my videos. Link to Alan Weebus' channel is actually in the description. He makes fun.
300 hentai artists on Twitter, but that's only a third of the amount that Kacamn was following. Alan has made a lot of claims about their age, including saying that he was as young as 15. Plenty of users, including Nux Taku, have also claimed Alan to be underage. Alan is a lolly, no can do. Alan is underage. Does that mean Nux is grooming Alan? What's going on here? According to Red's recollection, Alan was around 19 at the time. In this tweet, they claim to be 19 in 2019. So, if they're telling the truth here, they would have been 18. Another former member believed Alan to be around 21. According to Red's recollection, no one on the server genuinely believed Alan was underage. These statements about Nux grooming Alan or Nux calling Alan a lolly are simply jokes. Very optically bad jokes, but jokes nonetheless. While I'm not sure about Alan's exact age, they were clearly an adult. Alan has unfortunately deleted their Discord account, which makes it hard to determine which messages are his. But we can still tell if it's him talking thanks to context clues. Here Nux Taku mentions that Megumin from Konosuba is best girl. Alan points out that she's 14 years old. Another deleted user, who I assume is Zack, asks Alan about another character called Tiger. There's 2 deleted users talking here, so how can we tell them apart? Alan must be one of them because their name is mentioned. So this one must be Zach. One of them mentions the age of consent in Romania being 15, so that must be Alan. Zach uses capitalization, while Alan doesn't. That's how we know that it was Alan who said, "Who cares? If she can count, then she ready to mount."
What the what the It's just like saying, oh, fuck. If she can count. My mind's already kind of fucked up this morning hearing this shit. All this fucked up shit. God. I don't blame you, say, huh? I don't blame you at all. I don't exactly blame you at all. Ugh. Golly, my guy. If she could count, she could be mount. What the? That is some stupid set shit I just heard. Okay.
More shots at Nux Taku in his week-long feud with me while defending his bro tips past. Alright, I never brought up his bro tips past because I felt like it was so long ago it's not worth it. But he's bringing up like random shit from forever ago and warping it into calling me a pedophile for insane reasons. Did you know that in his bro tips past he had a famous quote where he said if she's old enough to count, she's old enough to mount?
Come back again next week when we discuss the legendary question of all time. Old enough to count, old enough to mount? Question mark?
Yes, it's no.
I don't know
It's
what it is.
fucking no.
In 2013, he was playing a character, and he was asking it, not flat out stating it like Alan did. We can see Nux Taku right here, not condemning those words at all. So he either used to not care about pedophile behavior, didn't think that it was pedophile behavior, or his attack on Hassan is knowingly deceitful. There's a difference between waifu and best girl. Waifus are mountable, so therefore the best girl isn't. However, the art of the best girl is lolly inclusive. Nux is using that word in the petite anime character sense, not the cartoon CP sense. Nux's stance on personally not being into lolly hentai has been consistent for years, but it didn't stop him from posting it onto YouTube. Then Alan says, "Lollies are very mountable." Nux Taku...
Wait, what? No, wow. Yeah, hell no. Even if there are lolicons that are adults that look like fucking children, you do not want to go to jail thinking you having relations with a child. That's why, you know what? If they like if this female adult is petite size and looks like a lolly, cracks like a lolly, don't date them. Matter of fact, don't really, if they come up to you, ask you to date you, blah, 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 all that, don't.
"You're terrifying, Alan," and moves on. This was 12 days before Nux gave Alan that shout out on his channel. So Alan saying things like this didn't seem to be a problem to him.
And he takes the edge out of edgy.
Look at this art. This art is better. And it's Alan posting a comic about some boy kissing his dog. I wish I would be able to get sick from stuff like this again. By the way, don't ask why do I have that. Why do you have that? Red sent it to me. He always sends me fucked up shit like this. That guy's a sociopath, I tell ya. Red shows up and claims Alan is the one who sent it, and shows a screenshot from their DMs. Wow, you resort to Photoshop to make me look bad? Shame. Red shares another screenshot, showing some of Alan's earlier messages. People have no shame, shake my head. Also, I hope someone at school sees you watching this. Is that Minecraft? Yes, I'm 15. Deal with it. Oof, I feel old. He's literally the youngest guy here. I am the youngest? Oh, he is. Makes sense. Yep. Red is 15-year-olds personified. Ha, I'm still underage. So, cause you're talking to me, you are all technically pedophiles. Not me. Yep. Remember, the age of consent in Romania is 15. So I can smack your all I want. It's only been 26 minutes since the last time Alan brought up the Romanian age of consent.
Wait a minute, I didn't know Romanian age of consent is 15. What the fuck?
December. But let's return to October 8th. You are willing to send me the most fucking disgusting shit you have. I only sent it to you because you're 15. Exactly. Nobody else would. I initially planned to traumatize you because you were acting tough, but I underestimated you. Who, me? I'm not tough. I guess edgy instead of tough. I am edgy. Not that tough though. Yeah, I got that. I need to train you to become tough. Okay. At this point, Nux Taku or the moderators should be intervening and investigating what's happening in the DMs between Alan and Red. However, there wouldn't be any moderators or rules on the server until 2020. In late 2019, the server was raided by gore spammers multiple times, and Nux Taku did nothing about it. What finally made him appoint moderators is when his patrons pulled their pledges. This is one of his own newly appointed moderators saying it at the time. According to Red, on the first day they joined the server, Alan spammed their DMs with a bunch of gore and NSFW content. There are multiple instances of Red or Alan publicly mentioning Alan sending gore to Red. Here's one from October 6th. On October 14th, Alan mentioned showing his personal collection to Red. On January 1st, 2019, Alan actually posted a gore image into the voice chat channel and pinged Red. In February 2019, Red reacted to a meme by saying, "I can take pictures of men's penises being cut in half, but this is too much even for me." It was a gif and just a tip. Yeah, for dramatic effect, Alan, shake my head. The message below contains nudity, and if we go one message further, we can see a message from Nux Taku. Alan having a fascination with gore seemed to be pretty well known on the server. One regular user made this meme about the various quirks of the other regular members. Alan's comedic summary was, posting extreme mutilation pics. Notice that Nux Taku was pinged on this message. Sending this kind of material to a minor is very harmful and a crime, and it's been going on for 5 months, and Nux Taku has done nothing.
God.
Red would sometimes ask Alan to send him things. Send me the most fucked up shit you have. Look for it yourself.
I think I know why Leaklift didn't want to watch the whole thing. This is glorifying, man. Glorifying as fuck.
He already knows that Red is underage. Despite this, he asks Red if he can send them something truly disturbing. Okay, Soy, send it to me. BT? Come on. I expected at least nuggets. If you don't know what that word means, don't look it up. Alan proceeds to drop codes to some extremely obscene comics. Thanks, Alan. Soy, I am extremely disappointed. Red, you scare me. That is actual animal rape and murder. I know. How is that not the most fucked up thing? Alan sent me a video of a man getting his head off by a machete. Real life, of course. Nux Taku was pinged about something off topic immediately after that message, but it didn't show up. After getting Nux Taku to create the NSFW channel, Red suggested making a Not Safe for Life channel for Alan, to which Alan said, I wouldn't make Nux Taku watch something like that. You, on the other hand, can get it. Nux Taku's nowhere to be seen, but then Soyboy mentions Toei Animation claiming one of his videos. Nux Taku replies to him with advice, once again showing how close he was to seeing these warning signs. Beyond conditioning Red into tolerating extremely shocking and obscene imagery, Alan also encouraged them to drop out of school. On Tuesday, October 9th, Red mentions skipping school to binge-watch anime. Alan cheers them on and says that skipping...
Whoa, you tell a kid to drop out of... That's stupid.
School is badass, and that he's doing it as well. School are used by children, not college students. Another clear red flag that Red is a minor, right in Nux's face. What? Go to sleep, kid. Another clear indication that Red is a minor. Yeah, lol, 176 chapters in a day. This is 5 days before Red got Nux Taku to create the NSFW channel. If you're worried about that, user cheers him on. School is a waste of time. On Monday, October 15th...
No, it's not. Not back in my day, it wasn't.
A lot of people on, but he says that school starts in 30 minutes. Alan once again encourages Red to skip school. On Thursday, October 18th, Red asks Alan for advice on how to lie to their parents to get... On January 4th...
With Galen's now approach to nursing education,
oh boy, okay.
For a rewarding career.
Dawn Platinum removes 99% of grease. It's the GOAT. And that's coming from a duck, the better grease getter.
Tax Act is designed to help you get your taxes done. Let's get them over with.
You know what? I've seen enough of this shit. Well, at the end of the day, but how should I put this? If you're a content creator, you have these children going into your Discord and all that, and you have these solicit channels, make sure they can't go in it at all. Like, why are you fake? Discord's trying to get us a show ID and junk or age verification. Because shit like this, man. And Nux Taku, thanks for scarring my brains for life with that shit, boy. Oh, disgusting animal, man. But what I see, you're not a pedophile, but yet you are witnessing pedophile behavior, my guy. And Nika, thank you for making this video about this. Hope you make a part 2. As a chance, I say, I hope y'all have a great day. Bye.